downloaded into me as well. So, so I have a couple things that I'm gonna ask you to hold on to. Bria, can you come here real quick? Take that. Don't open it. Don't open it. Okay, that's for your role. And we'll take that one to Mama Cheryl. Yep, take that one to Mama Cheryl. Yep. So Mama Cheryl, the first person to walk in, tell them to come right to you. Put that on Bria's chair. So everybody that's watching online, all you got to do is say yes. Thomas, the first person to walk in, you give them that. So it's simple, y'all. Tonight, we've been talking about the power of our yes. The power of our yes can be stretched in so many different ways. And it's just an awesome thing that all we got to do is say yes. At the beginning, all we had to do is say yes. He didn't. God, and those letters are going to be real nice. It's going to be real funny, too. Those letters are what we used to do as children, Bria, to look at your mama when we was young, when we was your age. You know, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all these things. So we had to kind of write a note and say, will you be mine? So these are the things that it crushed you if they said no. You had enough courage to say, will you be mine? And they said no, you get crushed. And it's the opposite of when God asks us, will you be mine? He's gentle. He's waiting. Even when you say no or maybe, it's a teeter-totter, right? That's it's like some of us, I'm going to raise my hand. I don't want nobody, raise your hand. I raise my hand. When it came to saying yes to God, I was like, no at the beginning. Like, nah, I'm good. This world life is real good to me, Thomas. This world life, and that's what I was saying. This world life, the world. Nobody tell me you can do all this Taisha and still have fun and praise God and laugh in church. Nobody told me about that. I wasn't raised in the church. But the thing is this, all I had to do at the beginning is literally say yes. Now is where it's really gonna kick in. It's really gonna kick in to where we are in that mode of saying yes to things prematurely. I don't want to get ahead of myself. We say yes to things prematurely, and the things that we do say yes to, we know we shouldn't have said yes to. Aisha. We just said yes to some things that we know we had no business saying yes. Amen. Come on in, come on in. Y'all in for a treat. Yep. If you receive something, it's a gift. It's a gift. There you go. See, we just passing out gifts. And it's crazy. Y'all finna laugh, right? This is real funny. Yesterday is Valentine's Day. We got a real great message in the marriage on Band. Download the Band app. Watching at home, please download the Band app. A lot of interaction is going on this past week. And Taisha and Thomas came on there and they gave us, it wasn't a message, but they gave us a message for the married couples. And we had the privilege this weekend, this past weekend, my wife and I, Thomas and Taisha, we went to the XO Marriage Conference. And it was so amazing that things that we do, it was so subtle, right? On Saturday, I know Liston typed them up. List, you're going to have to email them to all the married couples because a lot of people like, what? Thomas like, dude, I know it was good. It was so good to where they had prior engagements to do something on Saturday that they was like teeter-totter, like, we can make it still and then we can do. But sometimes those things, Uncle Wayne, it was subtle. And it was so powerful that the man said on Friday night, he said, now I want y'all to look at your phones. We receive text messages all day long as adults. You receive text messages, especially from the people with the younger children that's in school. You receive text messages from the school. This is this and this, and you like, oh man, and you receive text messages that you don't want to read. And what my daughter says, I'm guilty of. I leave it on read. Even though I see it pop on my thing, I read it. I don't reply. I'm not a good reply person because to me at that moment, it don't need to be answered. But this is the thing. All you got to do is say yes. Can we say that? All you got to do is say yes. But the man said, we received so many text messages from our Father that we get to carry every day and we don't read them? What text message he was talking about, Thomas? He said all 66 of them things are in that Bible. That's all the text message that he continues to send us that we don't read, that we leave unread. All you got to do is say yes. So if you received a gift from somebody hands you a gift, go ahead and open it. This is the fun part. Open your gift. Now, Mama Gwen, I want you to stand up with yours, because every time you receive a letter, you got like the girls, they got real creative with what they call origami. They got real creative. They had to, so Mama Gwen got that one, and asked you, what's your number for? What's this? So all those things say yes or no, yes or no. So she had, you had to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get to 4, then you flip that over. So Mama Gwen, you just start opening yours. Yep, open it all the way up. So the help of my wife, because she's great at origami, so I was like, can you fold these up in different ways? So you got one too, Mother Patrice, right? And Bria, do you have one? Can you open yours? So they was all like, you got the ones that was tight, but you couldn't use a text message or inbox, Thomas, when we was in school. You couldn't do that. So what I taught in Next Gen Sunday was this. Your boldness was passing that thing in class. That shows your bravery, like, I'm going to pass it. And then what if the wrong person? So, boom, Mama Gwen got it, and it wasn't for her. Read the message, Mama Gwen. Woo. Or maybe. Did you put maybe on there? Okay, that's good. Oh, get the mics, too. So, yes, it's will you be mine, yes or no. So the bravery came if the teacher didn't catch Mama Gwen getting this note. The teacher's looking over here. The bravery came when Mama Gwen circled yes or no. Because dudes back then, I want to know now. Let me know now. I was already brave enough to write this note in second period. Now I'm in class with you fifth period. Now you got to circle it. So yes or no. But these letters and texts that we receive are from Jesus. Now another man said that a lady in singles ministry, he said, this blew my mind. He said a lady started a single ministry, said Jesus, the name of it was Jesus Is My Boo. I was like, is it? Because we try to put Jesus in all these categories, but is Jesus my boo? And the lady said, Jesus is not my boo. He's my Father. He's my Lord. He's my King. So that made me think. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, right? Love Day, all this man-made thing. So, Mama Gwen, will you be mine? Now, a lot of people, when you pass that note, Mother Patrice, what does yours say? Well, but what does it say? Bria, what does yours say? So we've all been asked this question by our Father, but depending on our love, when Mama Gwen talks about this, depends on our capacity and where we are at in our walk to get with Christ, shows that our answer will be mature or immature. So, Mama Gwen already said yes. Mother Patrice? Aunt Patrice, what is your answer? Yes? Bria, what's your answer? So who gave you the letter? Sister Cheryl. Who gave you the letter? Bria, who gave you your letter? Wow. So is it considered that you all were given letters from people and you still said yes? You did, right? See? Mm. 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 Get these mics ready, Uncle Wayne. Turn the mics on, Thomas. So now it's going to start getting good, right? It's going to getting good. So, Mama Gwen, who gave your letter again? Minister Thomas gave her that letter, and she said yes, because he had his eye on me and I had my eye on him. But when it goes deeper, that because it's the mature. You catch somebody that's not feeling that day, that answer is we just gonna go with me. No. I just got a D in this class, and you're going to give me this letter in fourth period, knowing that my mindset is not there, no matter who gave it to you. Woo! Now we get it. Mm. Give the mic up on the mic. Woo-hoo-hoo. All you got to do is say yes. Do we understand the power of our yes has more effect on the source than it does us? You know how many times I told Jesus no? You know how many times I said maybe? The maybe teeter-totters were where's my maturity at and where's my faith level at. And that's when the flesh gets involved. Thomas, am I right? When the flesh gets involved, what happens? I ain't feeling you today. Married couples, them dishes ain't washed. I walk past the sink 4 days in a row. The dishes ain't washed and they steady piling up. Guess what happens? No, what they say on Saturday, the communication destroys marriages. We think no matter, me and Liz about to be 16 years married and 19 together. 19 together. That's half my life that we've been with each other, and I still yet learn my wife. So when we tell God yes, and go to the next one, thank you, D. So the next one is this is the breakdown. I hope y'all can see it. Okay, power in my yes. The power lies, and I'm gonna read it because it's kind of small. I apologize. The power in my yes. That was for the note. So this is the breakdown of that note. Y'all see that? Power of my yes. Would you be mine? One of the most favorite candies for Valentine's Day, or the heart-shaped candies with the affirmations on it. Like you said, when he brave and he took his time, Mama Gwen, he took his time to make sure that you got that. Be mine. Give it a. Before I got that's Keys giving the mic. Before I got in the door, he met me.
He saw me.
Woo!
He saw me. He started coming towards me. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder why he's coming to me.
Woo!
And then when he got to me, he gave me something.
What does our Father do? They sing that old song, I'm chasing. It's us chasing Jesus. You ain't chasing God. I always thought about that. I'm like, you ain't chasing him. He's really right there. The word said, I never leave you nor forsake you. So you say you chasing him when he's right here. Like, son, daughter, I'm right here. He meets you where you are.
And he gave me instructions.
Don't get ahead.
Okay.
Don't get ahead. So will you be my yes, no, maybe? All of those have to do with my capacity, my maturity, and my faith. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, God, I'll serve you with all my heart. So what Mama Gwen just said, it was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 precedes the instructions. He gave her something. He met her. She didn't get a chance to get in the door and take her coat off. And what was my instruction? The first person that comes in, give him a letter.
And he gave me instructions. He said, keep it like this. And I had to make sure I kept it like that.
But I gave you an instruction to stand up and look at it, and all that's on there is yes, no, yes.
He gave me my first instruction. Guess what I did? I said yes to it. I didn't even question him. He told me what to do. I didn't say, what is this? He said, Mama Gwen, take this and just keep it like this. And I made sure I perfected it just like he.
And the fact that Mama Gwen still have not put it back in its original state. Do you understand that God won't put you back in your original state, Thomas? When you say yes to him, he's not going to put you back to where you was filthy, nasty, and hurt. He's going to make sure you broken. The best thing about things that are broken is stuff called, like my wife love it, Gorilla Glue. When something breaks, we don't just throw it in the trash. We try our best to restore it better than what it was. My yes precedes the instruction because of this. If God gave you the instruction and told you all the hell you're going to go through in your life, you would not say yes. I'm going to be broke. I'm going to go bankrupt. I'm going to get my car repo. I'm going to go with this person. This ain't the one, but I fell in love with this person. I fell in love with this sin. I fell in love with my flesh. But God, you told me to say yes. It all goes back to what we talked about in 2022, our capacity. And capacity does what? It grows. It grows with they say experiences build character. Experiences let you know what you done went through. I knew it was going to get quiet right there. The experience that we go through lets you know that, oh, I've been through this. So I put the next one is title or deed. You hear a lot of people that have cars, and they see you. You know what's funny, Uncle Wayne? When you bought your car, something came in the mail probably six weeks, almost a month and a half later. The title came. But you don't own that car. You ain't even paid one car note yet. But they sent you the title, but it's something connected with that title. It's a lien. Without your yes, there will always be a lien holder on your blessings. You don't own nothing until you get a lien release. What is that lien release? My yes to God. My serving God. See, I like to use these things because I work in this field. I worked in this field for so long where you loan people money, title loan business, and I sit down there with Thomas. Some of these people never saw $4,500 or $5,000 right then and there. But you're using your vehicle as collateral that you don't own. Catch it. You have to literally own your vehicle for you to get a title loan. I want y'all to catch it. That means you had to pay it off, Aunt Judy. You had to pay that thing off, and you rob Peter to pay Paul. You finally pay it off, and then the first thing you do is go up to Title Max, go up to this place, and you're like, yeah, this is it. And they do an evaluation on that, and then they look at your finances. When I look at your finances, you only make $12 an hour. You can't afford a $5,000 title loan with a 30% interest rate. But what I do, I butter you up. Yeah, we can get you this. We have your payments on this, and we do this. As soon as you give me my title, I promise you, when somebody get a title on me, I sent that title out to Missouri tax people, and I wanted that lien on right away. Because now you can drive your vehicle all you want. You miss a payment and a half, I'm coming to get it. That's when we say, or we say maybe. God is blessing us and opening doors and creating things for us, Thomas. And guess what happens? We got a lien release. Because we want our cake and eat it too. We want to have one foot in, one foot out. We still want to play. That means we in the maybe stage, Lily. We in that maybe stage. I'm in that maybe. I got a lien release. I need a lien release because these are the things. So without your yes, there will always be a lien holder on your blessings. Do you understand, Uncle Wayne, if you try to go sell your car after getting a title loan and you didn't fully pay that title loan off, when you try to go sell it and you sell it to Thomas and Thomas find out when he go to get his tags and all this stuff, he go to, sir, you don't own this. Wayne Robertson don't own this. What's the name of Lindbergh own this? This place that owned it, they got a lien on this thing. And you got to go through this. Remember that Pastor Ty said, I don't need to talk to you no more. You etched out, so Uncle, I'm good. I got the $6,500. I'm good. He ain't going to pay that lien off. So we have to understand, without a yes, you literally have a lien on your blessing. Amen? You can go to the next one. What if you were giving your instructions before you said yes? Just said it. You can think about it. You can think real hard on it. If you were given all these instructions that you were going to go through this, and I remember this old pastor, we was at a revival probably 12 years ago. He said, put your hand like this. He said, every time you go down, that's the worst part. Them are valley moments in your life. But then all you see is the top. But you can't look down and see what you're going to go through. All you see is what the successes are. That's why when we do this, this is what God does. I don't show you all this. I don't show you all this. I gave you the instructions. The Bible, like I said, the text. All the text is in there. It lets you know. These are the instructions. You do this. I know you flesh, you're going to fall. But there's always a time where you can just ask for forgiveness. But What if you were giving your instruction before you said yes? That's a question for you all. Not no group. Just want you to think about it. Let's shoot off some answers because the next slide is going to go there. Any feedback?
Sometimes we say yes. Like if you get in the house, you got about 1,000 papers to sign. You ain't reading all of that. You just say yes, because sometimes we I won't say, we say yes because of the excitement, and then we see the instructions in that small print. We be like, man.
Zeal without knowledge.
So we just so excited. We say, yes. And then we tell her, well, I'm getting the house. And then it might have a balloon payment. It might have all kinds of things. But you say yes, So
do you know I have literally sat in front of people and I'm trying to, this is what I used to do, Lily. I used to go through every box. No one likes that. They're like, They just say, I said, do you understand? Do you understand if you miss one payment, I can come get your car? Yeah, I'm going to make my payments. I said, do you understand that it's 30% interest rate? Yeah. That means you're going to pay me back 5 times the amount that I'm giving you. That means you pay me $20,000 back on a $4,000 loan. Do you understand? Do you understand there's no principal payment? This is interest at the first year and a half. Then the principal kicks in. Do you know what principal is? They just ready to sign Taisha. At that moment, I got you. Do you understand? I cringed when I'm trying to explain to somebody paying, and they're like, just flip the paper. Flip it to right here where your signature. I didn't already signed it. I signed as soon as it came off the copy. And I go through it. I say, you see, I have signed the document. I'm breaking it down. I'm like, do you understand? It got to a point, Mama Gwen, the company wanted to fire me because I was helping people pay off a loan that the bank was not going to give them. They should tell you, they was like, too many people paying off loans. What's going on here? I said, you see my collection numbers? They're low. They didn't care about that no more. They care about that number of people you have. You helping people too much. It cringed. I thought, I got to get out of here. Seeing our people in the city, in North County, wherever I'm just seeing you walk in, and I'm looking at your car, and I'm seeing you walk in. This was I was in the World Time, so I'm seeing people in the club that are about to get repoed. Yeah, we at the loft. They did VIP. They parked right in the front. The DJ, hey, if you got this yellow Hummer, it's getting repoed. You just see them. They looking at me because they know. Like I told you. They come in the next day, we leave with everything to pay it off. You had it. That's the problem. We have it, Thomas. We have everything we need, but we procrastinate so much. And so it leads me to this, that yesterday was Valentine's Day. Today is what they call Side Chick Day. Both of them are made up, Mama. They both made up holiday. Yesterday's supposed to be you love of your life. You get all these. You see, and me and Liz saw it was funny. We saw all these people just ripping and running. We saw all these people in Snooks. They running down the aisle with their roses. I'm just laughing. I said them roses was $10 yesterday. They $50 today. One day. And then what happens? Walgreens, CVS, everything 50% off on the 15th. That lets you know that if I'm a side chick or a side dude, I'm not getting the full benefits that your woman or man got the day before. I'm clearance. What happens to clearance? You put on a rack and they just sort through. What do you think our Father does when you just tell me I love you on the days and the times that you need me? You only say yes to me when you in the red. You only say yes to me when your husband lost his job. You only say yes to me when you just down on your luck. It's subtle. And the thing is, we can be, especially the people in church, some that Pastor and I say, we need to understand that the church is God's bride. Your significant other, your spouse, is your bride. We cannot get to the point that Thomas, we going to church 6 days a week, doing this, and our wives are at home, or your husband is at home, just, You literally and subtly turn your spouse to the side chick. You go to the next one. This is what we talked about in Next Gen. So Bria wasn't over there, but BJ was. Verbal contract. And Uncle Elder Wayne already said, many have you signed prematurely. Have you ever bought something online? Have you ever did any kind of contract on over the phone, I mean? Have you ever signed for something where it's a signature and all they do is legally they say, this is your name, and they tell you to change how you want your name to appear, and that's your signature? These are your initials. This is your signature. Do you understand? I've done that before, where you sign up for a high interest loan, and you're like, yep, I know what this is, and I work in this field. I know exactly what this is. And you call these people, I need a settlement. You know what you signed up for? This going to take 4 years for you to pay this little bitty loan back. I need a settlement. State of Missouri says this. We're national. We're not. I'm in the state of Missouri. Do you want? You can if you know the knowledge about it. But we do a verbal contract. Have you anybody heard of a verbal contract? Do you, B.J. Jefferson, agree to this loan in these terms on today, February 15, 2023? If you do, you say yes. And it's a pause on it. What'd you say the interest rate was again? Mute. Babe, I don't think this is a good idea. I really, we're going to have to do something else. And then you say no. And as soon as you say no, they already got a script. Thomas, I promise you. So the script for no. All right. You said no. Let me see. Will this suffice if we can lower? They already got a rebuttal for your no. They have a rebuttal already for your no. They have a comeback for your no. And then when you say yes, too quick, prematurely, they are shocked. I promise you. Think about every time you say yes to something. When you bought a cell phone or you do these things. If you say yeah, they don't take your money until you say yes. In the extended warranty business, we have your credit card information. We can't hit boom until you say yes. Do you agree to these terms? If there's a 30-day, 1,000-mile waiting period, and you have people that zoom through it because I listen to the calls as I'm one of the people that listen to them like, this is going to be bad. This customer's going to call back. This customer's going to call back. You tell somebody, Mom, you got 30 days to get a full refund. If you call on the 31st day, you do not get a full refund. You get a prorated refund. What you mean? What's a prorated? You said all these things that the customer have no idea. This is verbiage that we say yes prematurely and don't understand what we're saying yes to. A verbal contract is boom, like you signing your John Hancock. Just like that. Every phone call is recorded and monitored. Have you ever heard when people this phone call is recorded and monitored for, they say training purposes. No, it's for legal purposes. This person ain't training. Nowadays, this person at home just like I am. With the iPad open, looking at something. Yeah, your payment didn't go through. I'm looking at the iPad. I done talked to you for the past 2.5 years. You still ain't got this paid off. So this is when you get fed up. You got the people that's fed. So why can't you make a payment? Did you hear me at the beginning? They don't even hear you. I'm having financial difficulty, or a family member has passed. They don't hear none of that. Because the script says I don't stop in the middle or at the top. The script says I stop when I get here when I ask you, are you able to make a payment today? Or can you make a $450 payment today? Did you hear me at the beginning? They don't like that. They don't like that. And that's what our Father does. When we say maybe, God, maybe. Who you think woke you up this morning? It's those things. Those are testimonies that I live by. Who gave you breath in your lungs this morning? But you're giving me a maybe. What if our Father treated us like these lien holders? What if our Father treated us like the creditors? then we can literally erase the no and the maybe. If we looked at Jesus and our Father the way these creditors and people that are doing collections call you, you'll think about it. I told God maybe this morning because such and such said this, because this post was made. All this stuff, we just start looking at us, Pam. Everything that somebody did to us. So things that make you go, I like this picture because it's a lot of things going on. That's us. That's us. That's one person's mind. If you pay attention to that picture, you got people in their mind, they playing the game, who gonna be online later? Me and Thomas, bro, you ready to get beat in the game and stuff like that. Then you got this man in the back. I got to handle my bills. You look at the person in the back. That's the person that's trying to do everything tight while they sleep. I got to pay bills. I got to get the budget right. I got to get this. Then you got these people, they want to be social. You got this person who's on looking. You're doing all this in your mind. And then you say, yep. Have anybody ever asked you, this is us. Have anybody, the married people, they ask the wives, right? Hey, you want to go out? You want to go out? What is your favorite saying? Grab a mic, please. Because the favorite saying that a wife says is, I got to, Right, I got to ask my husband. Thomas, what does that mean? Nope, I don't want to go. If a husband, and they ask us, I got to talk to my wife. I got to talk to my wife. That's no. Because when you don't even respond, remember I tell you I leave people on red a lot. When I don't respond and legally the day then passed and what the party or going out occurred, that day then passed 2 or 3 days, and then you respond, yeah, man, things came up. Nah, Liz said you couldn't go. No, Liz just gave me the head nod on the phone. I'm like, just say no so they can hear it. Like Mama Gwen said, I prefer not. Sounds better. Go to the next one. I like to do this one with the lien release. Free versus bound. The question mark and the mind. Your mind is just that, yours. So why do we give up access so easy and early in everything, right? So, first question. What does freedom look like? In your life, let's not get so biblical. And what does freedom look like? And then we're going to talk about what does the Bible say about freedom? Anyone?
Freedom for me is just always refreshed. I'm just at ease. I'm free. I'm easygoing. I'm open. Refreshed.
Anybody else? I like that. Isn't that boundaries word? Wasn't that one of the 6 that came out of right here? When Pastor on the D came from the Holy Spirit right at the end of our shut-in, that was one of the key word, boundaries. Ain't it funny when you don't have boundaries? No matter what you're doing, you receive that call. I'm guilty of this. I receive a call, and when it's somebody that's real close and dear to me, it's not that many people, I just drop what I'm doing and go. There you go. Like
I just said, without boundaries, you become bound to whatever comes your way. Just like BJ said, Pastor BJ said, I'll just drop whatever. And just like Pastor, he gave an example not too long ago that Lady T said that she needed the dryer fixed. And he was fixing everything else, but let it go like 3 months without fixing the dryer because he forgot the first ministry is the home first. And God corrected him, and God does us like that. Your day will be gone if you don't have boundaries. You will be bound by whatever comes.
That part. Your day will be governed. I'm going to use that word. Your day will be governed by everybody that's connected to that you are giving up access to. Your day is what they need. Then you literally so subtle forget about you. You forget about your first ministry, and by the time you're done with even your work day, you didn't stop. You didn't. Oh, I need prayer for this. You didn't stop. I think my brother, he might be online. My brother called me, and he goes to work at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. He called me, and I get calls like that at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Hello, my heart is just beating because all I think about 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's not good news. You're not calling me to tell me I just got a promotion on your job. You're not telling me these things. We just got approved for our house. You're not telling me that at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. My mind goes to that. And he said, I did it again. This is my older brother, stay up here. I did it again. I said, what? Before I knew it, I'm like, what? Oh man, I locked myself out the house. I'm just standing out here in front of the car. I did it again. I love you, bro. But Alicia's like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? Like, because our alarm clock is set, and my body sometimes get at 4:30, 4:45. But that morning, I'm like, no glasses on me. I'm just walking. And when I got to the house, was I how you met Mama Gwen? No. I literally was floating. It felt like I was in one of the movies, just floating. I unlocked this door and just floated right back to my car. And got back in the bed, and then the alarm go off. Woo! You know, that was my whole conversation with myself. You talking about talking to yourself at 5 o'clock? Next. Right, that's what I said. That's this. So why do we give up access so easily? Because you love people so much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the question. Why do we give up access to it so easily? He locked the car keys in the house and everything. Walked out the house. And just, no. But she's right. Go ahead.
He couldn't come to you.
But he had a phone. Uber, Lyft. She's right. That's what I said. That's the point. When you give up that much access that it rearranges and just disturb your day, my day wasn't the same.
Okay.
My day wasn't the same. Everything, and not just my brother, but that's anything. Hey Thomas. Oh man, these leaves in my gutter. I know you're on crutches, but can you come climb on my roof and clean up my gutter? Hold on. I know I'm afraid of heights, but my house ain't that tall. But I know what he can do, Taisha, easily. But I'm asking him when he literally on crutches can't walk. But can you climb up there and do it? I'm gonna pay you. She said it right. Emergency, we get it, but that comes to boundaries. That's why it's up there like that. Emergency, you get it. There's no lien release with that. People literally have control of your lives so subtle, and we don't get to what you said to that point. I can see if I can work you into my. That's growth. That's mature. I can see it. These are things that you literally You don't have to practice. It's just what you are doing, allowing access, and who is getting the access. That was the key. That was the. You see her face? One of those flower pot or a metal one, the magnets. See, because a lot of us, when we practice, a person can see that you practice that speech. What do we always? I don't tease her, but I took it. You don't have to say yes. You can say you don't even have to say no. I prefer not. I don't practice that. It comes natural because of not allowing everybody access. That's good. Mother, you go.
They won't bring you away. It makes them become more responsible and accountable. You got to understand, you're making people undeveloped.
Well, Mama Gwen kind of answered my question. because I'm not always the type. I'm always help. I'm always the one that always say yes, even when I want to say no. Uh, or I would say, like you seen my little cousin, she was here. They was at my house before. Her mama, and her sister. So, and I'm like, and I had told myself, if you don't look like me, you can't come live in my house. You have to look like me or come from. I'm just saying, this basically saying, if you ain't one of mine, you can't come. So this girl called me, and I would tell Wayne, I said, man, I remember when they was here the last time. She didn't want to clean up. She didn't want to. When I say nothing, guess what? Me being me gave in, and I'm looking like. She would wash dishes, and she would just wash her dish that she had. So I was getting fed up. I told her, look her, don't make me go there. I'm like, you don't go in my kitchen just wash one dish, your dish, wasting liquid and, soap, and I'm still at that point, and I'm looking like, so she's gone, thank God, because I was getting fed up. I told Wayne, I said, look, because I had her there before, her and her sister and her mother. So I'm like, I need to learn to say no. Because I'm always saying yes. I'm always giving in. Yeah, but I did say, Wayne said, well, just tell her. But y'all have to see, I guess wait a minute. Yeah, I know, but this is how I am. Because I know how she has, how her life has been. Right, it shouldn't be my concern because, but I make it a concern for me. And I'm looking like, well, she ain't really had no place to go and blah, blah, blah. But then she got too relaxed. I told her, I went in that room and I told her, I said, let me tell you something. I said, this is not your forever home. What happened to you going to another shelter? Now, she's 20 years old. I said, what about you getting a job? Now, she came there like the end of December. When did she, I don't know when she got, I know she was there end of November. She was there December and January because we in February. She just left about a week ago. And thank God, because I was to the point I'm looking like, she didn't want to do nothing. And I'm looking like, for somebody to be homeless and we not charging you no rent, anything, nothing, like, just please teach me how to say no.
Can I just say this? Sometimes we restrict our own freedom. We restrict our own freedom. I remember, I'm going to answer, this is my way of freedom. For years, my license was messed up. Someone stole my identity. If the police pulled me over, I was going to jail. It got so bad that I would not tell them my name. And I messed around, and I told them my brother's name. And I said, Lord, why did I do that? They arrested me. I said, my name Wayne. But what I am saying is that when I finally got the license right, you talking about the freedom. I sure did. They locked me up.
So what comes with your freedom?
What's that?
Because when you get your identity stolen, and when you try to falsify your own identity, you didn't have no good credit. You messed up anyhow. So no, this is what I'm saying. It literally took you to being bound and handcuffed. Then you come out. This is when you get into the point where you locked up. Now you want to call on Jesus. I want to be free. Who the Son sets free is free indeed, right? Because someone's stolen.
I said, my name Wayne.
But look,
My
That part. He said, Mama, he said his license was messed up. He was so fearful of getting pulled over, not because he's a black man, but because of what someone did to his name. Please catch it. People would do this to your name, and you understand that you're afraid of being free because of what they done did. I've been there. Thank you. Who the Son sets free is free indeed, right? I'm going to go to you too, Lish. Because of this is the thing. Even Mama Shirley had me laugh. I had to turn my back because Mama Shirley even bust out laughing. You say somebody else's name thinking they all good. We know your brother. You thinking he, huh? Ain't that something? I'm Barry. Roberson, not Robertson. Oh, brother, you got 18 warrants. You like, wait. I'm waiting. You quick to say who you are, and that's how we get. That's how easy it becomes free and power. And I grab my keys and Liz can go next. How many people got keys to your house? I want you to start thinking. How many people got keys to your house? How many people have keys to where they can just walk in your house, get them some Gatorade, Kool-Aid, make them a sandwich, sit down, kick their shoes off, how many people? See, I'm listing all those things because that's what access is. When I can just walk in your life and do what I want to do. When Mama Gwen said you got to have order, that's a daily thing. You can easily hit ignore. You can easily on these phones. You don't have to accept that's why a lot of people on red and they see me, bro, I text you. I know what comes with your text. That's boundaries. I've been down that road. I know what comes with this phone call, Thomas. I know what comes. If it's the 1st of the month, the 15th of the month, the last day of the month, I know what comes with this. You know my pay schedule and my wife pay schedule better than we do. I know my children know it. But when other people that you literally have severed the access and they still know it legally and you ain't heard from them in 2 or 3 months, but it's Thanksgiving, it's Black Friday, it's Christmas. I want y'all to catch it. It's always around the holidays where this person or people walk in your life. You are literally handicapping them. You are literally handicapping somebody. You're not leading them to the sources. I know me and Lish, like, all right. We've been doing this for years. Even before we married, we adopt people for that season. Bring around a family, feed you, showing that we love. This is how we love on each other. Play games, drop-ins, those things. Ain't nobody got to know that we helping you out. Ain't nobody got to know you staying with us. Ain't nobody got to know all that. But guess what? You're not staying here permanently. We do it a lot. Here go some sources. Here go some shelters. Here go the slate people. Here go I'm going to take you there, and all I can do, and this is the same thing we got to do. We got to stop trying to save people, and you have to introduce them to the person that can save them. You literally have to, hand them off. All right? I love you with the love of God, but you ain't finna disrupt things. And know what happens when you enable them, mama, when you handicap them? They become a wedge in not only your family, but your marriage. For the married people. They become that wedge. One of y'all was saying, yeah, we helping them, Pam, we helping them. Yeah, we got them, babe, we got them. That weekend or that weekly turn to a month, that's not on them no more.
One thing for me, it was hard for me to say no for a while too. Like I always felt guilty. Like if somebody would ask me to do something for them, I always felt like I had to, okay, well, they asking me, so they trust me to be able to handle whatever it is. So I would just do it. I would say yes. And this was even before I started saying, okay, let me run stuff by BJ. So in my growth, and I had to write it down because I didn't want to forget it, but I had to relinquish that self-appointed responsibility to save or rescue or be the yes person for people, because I found myself being pulled in all different areas, and it wasn't healthy. I would be stressed out, and it just wasn't good for my self-care. So at one point I was like, why am I taking on the responsibility to be that person when it's not my responsibility to be that person? So I had to work on that. So it was very difficult for me to say no at first. But then, as I did it, it became easier. So I said that because a few comments back, we was like, why do we have to practice it? But I had to practice it because it didn't come natural for me. Pleasing people was easy because that's what my daddy did. That's what my mama did. I mean, I was, I guess, unconsciously taught to be a yes person. And I had to unlearn those traumatic traits because that's traumatic. Like, nobody should always, yes. Okay, I'm going to put everybody in front of me. That's not how it's supposed to be. And sometimes those dysfunctional traits become the norm for us, and we have to unlearn those things. Just because I experienced that, that's my own thing that I went through. I had to unlearn a lot of things that I thought was good. Yeah, this is dependable, but at what cost? It was costing me. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. I know we at 8. I didn't want to go over. Got a couple more slides, but like she said, at what cost? Lily, that's so like Liz, sometimes you got to practice at what cost? Because we love people and all this. Even in the church, some of us get intimidated and just say yes because of who asking us sometimes. Ouch. Ooh, yes. Yes. Whew. That means I got to be there at 7:30. Amen, somebody. A.M. Ooh, yes. That means I got to close up. And this is real quick. Mama Cheryl asked me when she pulled up. I was outside this Sunday with Ted, chatting, welcoming people. Mama Cheryl asked me, son, I see something. Can you go down and get it? Mama, did I hesitate? Some things you don't need to really think. Just do it. You know who it's coming from. Sometimes we got to really know the source, Thomas. Mama Gwen asked, hey, son, this is something, and she ain't asked for this, so I'm making it up on the spot so don't nobody come for me or her. So, hey, son, I need you. The source. She ain't trying to use me. Yes. Before she gives me instructions. Son, can you? Yes. I didn't even turn and look to see what she was telling me to go get. Son, I see. Yes. You got it. Because if anybody know, I done seen Mama Cheryl walk this parking lot, walk this property with her stick, picking up trash, and I'm looking. Now she got these boys. All right, trash, go ahead. Now they waiting at the next gen. They waiting at the door. Is it not time for our job? Like Liz said, it becomes so subtle that you just start doing. At what cost? Go to the next one, please. I don't want to keep us no longer than we need to be. And y'all saw it up there. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. This is a quote that I heard for almost 20. I still hear it when I talk to this is my high school basketball coach. It says, what you give today you had. What you didn't give you lost forever. He's a Hall of Fame basketball coach. He's like a father figure to me. And he wanted us to be great young men. To where when we come back, he always say, hey, son. When he calls me, he calling me like, hey, how you doing? How's the family? How your wife? He asks these important questions. Because what you give today, you had. This was on every practice sheet. We had this practice sheet that we got, Uncle Wayne, Elder Wayne, from wrestling. It lets you know what you're doing that day, Mama. This is what we're doing in practice. You didn't get that till you walked in the locker room. And you read it. The first thing was up there this was every day for 4 years of my high school life. This quote is loaded because once midnight hits, you can't go back to yesterday. When you try, you're already loaded up, like Mama Gwen said. Order your days. If it don't get done on today, scrap it. Let's start your day, what you had prepared for that day for Thursday tomorrow. If you got enough time, but this is what it says. What you get today, you had. You had that opportunity. You make time for what you make time for. You make time for God. You make time to get on your knees. You make time to go into a shut-in for yourself. You make the time. But we make time for everything else so subtle when we say yes to everyone. What you didn't give, you lost forever. Wednesday is today. Wednesday is not tomorrow. Thursday is tomorrow. What you didn't do on Wednesday, a lot of us do it, and I can say we have a chore list on our refrigerator, and list. I said we got to be on it, because if we not doing it, guess what happens? It falls on leadership. If the parents ain't doing it, I ain't gonna do it. So when lists go into that, Mama Roll, Sergeant Roll, all right, it's your dish day, it's your kitchen day, it's your hallway day, it's your bathroom day. Let's get it. And she always say, we got 35, 45 minutes. Give me 35, 45 minutes hard. We good. I got instructions. But then when we doing and they not doing, or if they doing and we not doing, what you think you're going to do? You ain't doing it, I'm stopping. So we got to be leaders. Thank y'all. All you got to do is say yes. Mama, anybody? Questions, comments? Somebody said, it's not about us. We got to do better. It's one of the comments on YouTube. Aunt Judy, Mother Judy. Yes, ma'am. Ooh. 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 I got a new quote. There it is. But what do you have to? What can you say? I get back with you. I prefer not. I have a new one. I get back with you. There you go. I get back with you. It all precedes the instruction. I get back with you. I didn't tell you I get back with you on 2/16 at 2:32 p.m. I didn't give you that. I get back with you. You never call me back. But they, like she said, majority of the time, they don't even respond because they done went down that list. Let me see who else I can borrow $20 from. I got 20 from them, got 20 from them. She said, I'll get back with you. I prefer not. They didn't came up. They literally, some people that have tried to connect with you that literally have literally pruned themselves because of that simple phrase. I get back with you. That simple phrase, people prune themselves because you ain't giving in like you used to. Lee, we ain't giving in like we used to. We not saying, yeah, we got boundaries. They literally cut off the access with that phrase. That's powerful. Woo! We got to go. Because that part right there, you still on the IOU list from last time. They didn't forget, Thomas, because you ain't never asked for it back. Because you love them so much. Taisha, we love them so much that they owe us and they didn't build the bill, but a bill collector would say, I'm coming to get it. But we love people so much, Mama, we don't even ask for it back. But they didn't forget that they owe you, my Aunt Judy, Mother Judy. They didn't forget they owe you already owe you $50. All right, that's it. Any questions or answers? This was good, y'all. I pray this was a blessing. I pray this was good. Bria, you got anything to say? Oh, in spite of Elder Ted, we have Pamela coming around. If you would like to make an offering. But thank you all. Thank you, DeMarcus, again. Media team is always amazing. I pray this was a blessing to you that are on YouTube. Go back and watch it. We got some great nuggets in the house, y'all. Get in the house. Please get into the house. I want to do the announcements. I know tomorrow is the fitness wellness class tomorrow with Brother James. And I know Saturday is the relaunch for women's ministries, right? Women's ministry is a relaunch luncheon. Is it a lunch? Meet and greet. So it's women. The manager of the Chick-fil-A down on the south side, the one thing that brings people together and have people talking is good old food. So that people, if you take food, they come. If that's how you got to feed the house, Thomas, you got to feed them something. We ain't say what we was feeding you. So, Father, we just thank you. You protect your people on the highways and byways. Lord, we just ask you to be a blessing. Continue to watch over our pastor and first lady as they are on vacation and enjoying and relaxing themselves. Lord, we just love you. We thank you. Please look at the Band app. Download the Band app. For everything is on the Band app, and we're just flowing with the Band app. Lord, we just ask you to be a blessing on this house. Continue to saturate your people. Touch everyone that has come into the building. And Lord, we love you. We thank you in Jesus' name.